A brand new FIFA 20 update, free DLC has just dropped. The Copa Libertadores is finally added into FIFA 20. And South American football fans finally have something to cheer about in FIFA. Their Champions League, their version of the Champions League, has now been added. It's fully licensed alongside their Europa League version, the Copa Sudamericana. And now with both competitions implemented into career mode, today we're going to put the continent's best on display, especially on the young Wonderkids side of things. Could the best South American Wonderkids win the Copa Libertadores? That is what we're going to find out today. We're going to put them through the ultimate test. Forget the bright lights of Europe, forget the Champions League, the Copa Libertadores is where it's at. And the team we've transferred all the South American Wonderkids to is River Plate, or Nunes as FIFA 20 likes to call them. Unfortunately unlicensed in the game, but we move. Just to provide a bit of a different spin to it, we're going to place us in the Sudamericana first so we can work our way towards glory of ultimately the Copa Libertadores. But I don't want to start there straight away. I want to let the Wonderkids work their way up, build their way up to glory. We're going to start off in the Sudamericana, hopefully win that first, and obviously go ahead and win eternal glory. As the ultimate prize of South America is on the line, it's up for grabs today. If you go on to enjoy the video, make sure to smack that like button down below, hit subscribe, turn on those notifications for more FIFA 20 career mode content coming to the channel. Follow me on Twitter, make sure to comment down below what are the Copa Libertadores South American content do you want to see on the channel next. And before we dive straight into it, here is an in-depth look at all the South American Wonderkids we put on this team. I've tried to include as many as possible. They're lining up in a very attacking, progressive formation. The 4-5-1 is on display today. I've tried to include as many different nationalities as possible, but hey, obviously there is going to be the predominance of Brazilian and Argentinian talent. Lautaro Martinez, Arthur from Barcelona, Bentancur, another Uruguayan midfielder. Obviously, we needed the two Brazilian wingers from Real Madrid, Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo at the back. We do have Foyth, but I do want to change it up a little bit here. Luis Felipe, we're going to put in Lisandro Martinez. In goal, we do have the Venezuelan, the one and only Venezuelan of this side. It is Walter Farines. The 21-year-old has in front of him Lisandro Martinez and Eder Militao, and at left back will be Lodi. We move on to the bench. We do have Gabriel Martinelli, Zaracho from Racing Club. We have a few River Plate talents we've kept, such as Alvarez, De La Cruz, and Ferreira. Our backup goalkeeper is Roffo, the 62 rated Argentine, still 19 years of age. Barco, who's a career mode favorite. Luis Felipe, a backup centre back who we should include in the substitutes. We have Urzi, Palacios, Guimarães, a recently added Brazilian. Dominguez, who's made his way over to Europe already. He's playing at Bologna. Thiago Almada, the absolute legend of FIFA 20 career mode, started off this year at 92 potential. De La Vega, Rainier, Velasco in here at only 16 years of age. Gabriel Jesus, who is a backup striker for Martinez, who we should probably include on the subs as well. Plata is the one and only Ecuadorian that is repping his nation. He is making his country proud in this continental Wonderkids mashup. And to finish things off, we have Martinez Cuarta. Jesus Rainier also makes an appearance. There's just too many Wonderkids to choose. There's so much depth, so much quality, and at least some major room for improvement as well. So I'm keen to see how these Wonderkids grow, how they're going to develop, and are there going to be any clashes of egos in this team? How is dynamic potential going to affect them, and how quickly can they get their hands on the Copa Libertadores? And now this is where our journey begins. The Copa Sudamericana round 1. We are facing Atletico Mineiro. I'm not all too familiar with how this competition works. All I know is that I want to take that trophy home at the end of the day. This layout, this color scheme is absolutely peng right now. That is so aesthetically pleasing, and we do have new press conference graphics as well. It's all popping off right here in South America. And round 1 saw us take out the Brazilian outfit over 2 legs, 6-2 on aggregate, a 3-0 victory to finish things off there. And in round 2, we are up against Coquimbo. Probably one of the most interesting badges I've ever seen. The Pirates are coming after us today. Alright, so this will be the first leg. We're going to simulate it. I think we can get the victory today over the Pirates. It's a 4-1 domination. And from round 2, straight into the round of 16, we're up against Independiente for this knockout clash. And we're starting to reach the more intense side of the competition. We managed to breeze past Independiente 5-1 on aggregate in the round of 16. And guess who we face in the quarterfinals? It is Buenos Aires, aka Boca Juniors. The rivalry continues. They're supposed to be in the Libertadores. What are they doing over here in this competition? Nevertheless, it is a gargantuan derby, a two-legged affair headed into the quarters. So we only won 1-0 on aggregate in the home leg. Now we go away to La Bombonera. Let's see if the Wonderkids can do it. I want to specially simulate this one because it's a derby, and it's a 3-0 victory. Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr., and Lautaro Martinez all on the score sheet. And not even Boca could tear us down on our Sudamericana charge. It was a 4-0 victory on aggregate, and now in the semis, we face Pedro de la Vega's side, Lanús. I'm 100% aware that I'm butchering every single Argentinian, South American name I come across, so make sure to slate me in the comments, but we win the first leg 2-0 on aggregate. And of course, without their golden boy, it was always going to be tough. With a few injuries, a few suspensions, we had to rotate the squad. It did not matter because we end up taking them out 6-1 on aggregate, a 4-1 victory in the second leg. And after that complete and utter whitewash, to face us in the final will be the Brazilian outfit Internacional. The South American Wonderkids will take on Brazilian Giants, and we're fighting for that beautiful trophy. I believe it's only a one-legged affair, so no second chances. It is only one game to prove our South American dominance, and in order to qualify for the Libertadores, it is a 2-1 victory. We just edged it past them with Lautaro and Valverde on the score sheet. A late goal to half the deficit from Pastinho wasn't enough. We qualify for the Libertadores and we win the Sudamericana. That is one giant leap towards eternal glory, and there is a little old trophy. We go ahead and win it in our first ever season. 2-1 winners. We're crowned campeones, and that is as easy as you like. Vinicius Jr., player of the competition, and we march on towards the Libertadores. And if you're wondering how the Libertadores went down this season, it was an all-Brazilian affair with Flamengo and Palmeiras fighting it out in the final, and Flamengo ended up winning 5-4 on penalties after it was 3-3. Simply exhilarating stuff right there, and this is how our team and our best performers are doing throughout the season. We have, of course, the man up front, Martinez, with 23 goals, 3 assists. Vinicius Jr. also in there with 14 goals. Federico Valverde proving how dynamic he can be with 11 goals and 12 assists. Rodrigo also getting in amongst the act with 8 goals and 6. The South American season isn't structured like Europe, when we can stop at the end of the season, see how everyone did. It is the start of season 2 right now, just after they've won the cup. So I guess this is the stats we have to go off for now. We'll have a little check up on them a bit later. And you know what that means. We're facing Flamengo for the Recopa. The winners of the Sudamericana versus the winners of the Copa Libertadores. It is a two-legged affair, and it's about to pop off. And we finally get to find out who we will be facing in the Libertadores group stage. We get pulled out of the bucket, and there we go. Nunes. It is River Plate to be drawn in at the Sudamericana winners. And oh, look at these brand new little graphics, the new little animations. We're in Group B for now. It is a similar structure and concept to the Champions League. We are up against Internacional, the team we won the cup off last season. Nacional, who I believe are a Colombian team, and Mineros. We also have the Sudamericana draw, which is interesting as well, and that will be happening at the same time. We haven't even played the Recopa against Flamengo yet. It is all just happening. It's all over the place right now. And Group B sees us absolutely obliterate the competition, finishing undefeated, 5 wins, 1 draw, 16 points. Is Internacional finishing in second, and this is how the rest of the competition, or the rest of the group stages, played out. And trust me, if I thought the Sudamericana graphics and aesthetics looked brilliant, I mean, this graphics pack is just shimmering. It's golden. It is wonderful. And as the group stage is over, the hustle does not stop. We are facing Flamengo. They won their group in the Libertadores right now. We faced them in the Recopa finally, and we finish on top of the Argentinian league. Just before our Recopa bout, we finish with 67 points, no losses, invincible. Our closest competition were Boca Juniors, sitting 7 points behind us in second, but we are title winners, taking over the league, domestic dominance, and now it is time to go ahead for the Continental crown. Up in the first leg, away to Flamengo. We're up in Brazil, and it does not faze us one bit with a 3-1 victory. That is 3 precious away goals to take back with us to the first leg. Now, it should be a walk in the park from here. We're already 3-1 up. We're going after our second trophy so far of the video. We do exactly that with Vinicius Jr. and Lodi on the score sheet. 2-1, a 5-2 aggregate win. And I know it's only a minor trophy, but we get our hands on the Recopa. It is just another stage. It's another piece of the puzzle in this whole entire video. The South American Wonderkids prove their worth again and get hold of another trophy in South America. Trust me, we are slowly but surely taking over this continent. And as we finish finish off the season, we've qualified for the round of 16, which will kick off after this season ends. And we have Lautaro Martinez, our top performer, our highest goal scorer with 32 goals. Federico Valverde in there again. The Uruguayan showcasing his world-class abilities. Ezequiel Palacios as well with 13 goals and 5 assists. Ex-River Plate boy as well. Rodrigo, 11 goals and 4 assists, outscoring Vinicius Jr. Arthur, the beating heart and the beating soul of this side. He is the backbone, sitting in the middle with 5 goals and 10 assists. Now, Venezuelan goalkeeper managing to survive, Farines, with 1 assist and 20 clean sheets. Alright lads, you know exactly what the goal is next season. Lifting up the Libertadores. Our path to eternal glory is getting closer and closer, and I can nearly taste it. And after we put in the hard yards against the likes of Junior FC in the round of 16, a 5-0 aggregate win to showcase in the quarterfinals, we came up against Fluminense. It's a score that still haunts Brazilian fans to this day, 7-1 on aggregate. And it was written in the stars. The storyline continues. Our derby with Flamengo really starts to heat up now in the semi-finals. And of course, Boca Juniors are in the other game as well. So it could be a super classico in the Libertadores final. But first, we've got to deal with Flamengo. And unfortunately, Lautaro Martinez and Militao both with 2 massive injuries. We have Luis Felipe and Gabriel Jesus to fill in for them, but it just won't be the same. We're up in the first leg away from home. Let's see how we take on the Brazilians yet again. A 3-0 dominant display. Jesus and Vinicius Jr. on the score sheet. I mean, this is it. We already have 1 foot in the final. Now let's go ahead and confirm it here in the home leg. Let's see what Nunes, River Plate, the South American Wonderkids finish off the job. It was never in doubt. Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, and Luis Felipe, all the Brazilians getting the goals against the Brazilian side. And boy, oh boy, we all know the last time this happened. The Copa Libertadores final. It's a super classico between Boca and the River. Unfortunately, it's an unlicensed final in career mode, but nevertheless, we move on and we will be fighting it out for the ultimate South American prize, which we will go ahead and play. This has got to be the biggest game of the year, the biggest game of the decade, no doubt. It's famously no longer a 2-legged affair. It is 1 neutral leg to decide who will be crowned champions. Just before we go ahead and play the final, here are our top performers of the season. Lautaro shares the golden boot alongside his fellow Argentine in Ezequiel Palacios. Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. also have seasons to remember as the Brazilians continue to dominate. Arthur, the main man in the middle, with 7 goals and 14 assists. The orchestrator, Gabriel Jesus off the bench with 4 goals. Federico Valverde, the Uruguayan, also doing well in there with 5 goal contributions. And Farines also with another year to remember, 21 clean sheets, and again with another cheeky assist on top of it. And this will be our starting 11. Our Warriors we've chose for tonight's massive encounter. Unfortunately, Eder Militao is still injured, but that is how we will be lining up. Let's go ahead and get straight into the Libertadores final. And the stage is set. The night is here for a groundbreaking, record-breaking nights in South American football right now. The Copa Libertadores final is just getting started. It is heating up. Can the best South American Wonderkids lift that trophy by the end of the 90 minutes, 120 minutes? Who knows how long it will take to separate these two clubs. The derby continues. The storyline develops. It was never supposed to happen again. They tried to stop it, but you'd best know that River and Boca, they're fighting it out again to lift up that trophy. This is how Boca will be lining up. They've got the likes of Hurtado, Zarate. They do have Andrada in goal, and that is their starting 11. Marcone is at the CDM position as well. An interesting 4-1-2-1-2 formation, but that will not stop us. Lautaro Martinez will be the captain, the leader. And you all know how we line up. So BCHD has deployed his Wonderkids. It is fight or flight. It is victory or bust right now. And we are getting straight into this final. Boca will kick us off, and the Copa Libertadores battle is now finally underway. Back over to Zaracho. Now Arthur, who is the metronome in midfield. Lautaro Martinez can see the run of Zaracho. What can he do here? The Argentine will cut back inside. The little drag back. He leaves the ball there. And all he needed to do was get that cross inside, and it would have been good night. But now Arthur wins the ball back. Zaracho gets a second chance. Back over to Arthur. He can find Martinez in the middle. Lautaro goes for it, and straight away, it is the first shot of the game, the first chance. The confetti's already on the pitch, but Lautaro doesn't care because the captain will absolutely blast that one into the top right-hand corner, catching Boca off guard. And the Wonderkids go over to celebrate. The fans are in raptures, and the Copa Libertadores final has started off with a bang right now. The number 10 fools the goalkeeper, finesses that one, and it's an absolutely stunning angle to watch it from as well. The best way to go 1-0 up in the final. Boca are shattered. They are absolutely rattled right now. Can they bounce back? Oh, we're going to dominate. Ooh, Lodi wins the ball in their dangerous area. Vinicius Jr. again could set up Rodrigo. Rodrigo with the pole driver, and Andrada keeps it at 1-0. Arthur just orchestrating every single attacking play right now. Zarracho leads that ball into Lautaro Martinez. A little 1-2 between the Argentines. Zarracho inside, and it was the chance for Vinicius Jr. to hit it first time. Ooh, ball inside. Luis Felipe loses out, and oh my goodness, Farines came out, but it was offside at the end of the day. Arthur, oh no. The little man loses out the ball, and the Brazilian now forced to track back. We lose possession there, and it will be Luis Felipe to win that back. Over to Arthur, who will spread it out wide. And now Valverde has a chance to give it through to Rodrigo, who's been quiet this game, but now it is time for him to pounce. It is Lautaro in the middle. What will he do with it? At the back stick will be Vinicius Jr. No, it's Zarracho. And the Brazilian-Argentine connection as the number 28 at the back post was lurking, ready to smash it home. And he'll get our second of the match. We go 2-0 up. And the South American Wonderkids coming in clutch. And it was a sneaky little cross in there. Zarracho flew under the radar and gets our second. The keeper so close to saving it as well. Bad luck. We double our advantage heading into halftime. And Matthias Zarracho take a bow. And Soldano, a little combination with Fabra down the right-hand side. Boca Juniors willing to get back into this game, but Luis Felipe has other ideas as we find it through to Arthur, the main orchestrator of this squad. And now Lautaro. Oh, that is a brilliant run from Federico Valverde. And the Uruguayan now has options in the middle with the sweat. The cross inside. Lautaro with the little spider kick. And he gets his double. The captain tonight, he's blowing out kisses. And there we go. Straight to the cameraman. It is 3-0 in the Copa Libertadores final. And we are dominating this Super Classico. We broke them on the counter-attack. They pushed all their men forward. And look at that look at the movement. Look how he needed to adjust his body to reach the ball. It's a little snapshot in at the near post. And it's a brilliant sight to behold. You love to see it. 3-0, and Lautaro leads by example. And Boca Juniors need to get a goal back to avoid humiliation. And they nearly did there. Lodi clears the board straight back to Fabra. That is not where we wanted it to go. And Farines with a crucial save. What are they going to do with this one at the back post? Hurtado gets there. And unfortunately, Fabra in the middle. Martinez, oh my goodness, how close was that to an own goal? 10 minutes left, and surely Boca won't be able to get 3 in 10 minutes. That'll just be the biggest collapse of all time. Now the room's opened up for Boca to run through. Marcone, Luis Felipe will not let that happen. You shall not pass, he says. Oh no, Zambrano finds it through. It won't be much of a consolation as Hurtado works his way through. Martinez gets that out of there. And we can't clear the ball to save our lives right now. Hurtado! Oh my goodness, Farines with a point-blank save. He maintains his clean sheet, but most importantly, the best South American Wonderkids managed to win the Copa Libertadores. What a campaign it's been. What a few seasons it's been as well. A fine 3-0 dominant display in the final, and considering the sheer amount of Brazilian talent we had in this team, it was all the Argentines scoring with a Lautaro double and Matthias Zarracho getting one to double our advantage. In the first half, we had it closed up from the offset. We were just always the more mentally stronger. We were always ready for the task, ready for the challenge ahead, and it only took us about 1 or 2 years to get this Copa Libertadores trophy. And now we're champions of the continent. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did and you're hyped for the Copa Libertadores update, make sure to smack that like button down below. Hit subscribe, turn on those notifications for more FIFA 20 career mode content. Follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description. Make sure to comment down below what other videos you'd like to see from this brand new update. As you have Lautaro Martinez, the party is going off. It is about to get lit up in here. Argentina will be partying all night, and the River Plate fans are absolutely loving this right now. That trophy looks damn heavy to carry, but I'll leave you with the celebrations. I've been BCHD as always, and I'll catch you all in the very next video.